Hi, Jim Schleckser here from the Inc. CEO Project. I want to talk about the 5 reasons why you shouldn't go international with your business. Well, people who know me might be curious at this comment because I spent my entire career doing business outside of the United States. But from that, I learned why you shouldn't go international. Look, we're blessed in the United States with a giant domestic market. And if you haven't fully tapped the domestic US market, you shouldn't go international. And this really came from a company that I worked with that had $5 or $6 million of revenue, and yet they were working very hard to open up international markets. Made no sense. So why not? 1, it's really hard to go international. You got to fly there, you got to do the time zones, you got to learn new things, you got to eat new foods. It's not easy. The second is language and culture. Look, our culture is particularly, one way, but as you move to other countries, you're going to have to learn another culture. You may need to learn another language. And you say, that's not so hard, I'm interested. But the culture of business is very, very different country to country. So how they do business is also something you have to learn. And you're going to learn it on the job as you go, hoping you don't make a mistake. The next one is product line modifications. Look, products that work in the United States don't always work internationally. That could be voltage, it could be colors, it could be instructions. There's all kinds of things that are going to need to change as you go internationally. Now, if you haven't designed for that from day one, it's going to cost you a lot of money to modify your product or service to be successful internationally. The next one is legislation. Look, the regulatory environment in the US, but if you go to Germany, there's a very different regulatory environment, and you're going to try to learn it as you go, which means you're going to make mistakes. It's true whatever country you go to, so that makes it even more complicated. And finally, employees. The regulations around employees vary country to country. So severance varies, vacation pay varies. I'll give you an example. I was negotiating compensation with some people in the Netherlands. We agreed on the salary, and at the end of it, they said, by the way, we get a 13th month of pay for vacation, of course, which was completely new to me because we don't do that in the US. Surprises like that happen all the time. And at the end of the day, what I've found, you'll make more money in the US than you will outside of the US with a lot easier effort. So if you haven't tapped your US market completely, don't go international.